evening. My name is Nick.
And I am Jay.
We are here to guide you on a quest through the Middle Ages.
We will show you how to be the perfect peasant, knight, lord, or king.
This is the Middle Ages for Dummies.
Now, if you are wondering what we mean by dummy, here is a perfect example.
If this reminds you of someone that you know, then this video is for them.
We will be taking you on a tour throughout Europe.
Now let's see the do's and don'ts of a peasant's life.
Now, if you are a very adventurous person and would like to see any of these places, too bad, because it is very likely that you'll never be more than 25 miles away from your lord's manor.
Another thing that you should know is that in return for the shelter and protection that your lord has given you, you must give your lord some of your crops.
Yes, and the last thing you must know is that you must always work your butt off.
That's good.
Thank you.
No problem.
Here's an example of a hard-working peasant.
And here's a good example of a dummy.
That guy's a real dummy.
Yes, it is. And that concludes chapter 1.
And that concludes the Middle Ages.
What? No, it doesn't.
Oh, sorry.
Well, moving on to knights, they always have to be in top physical condition.
Here's a clip of one of our best knights, Henry.
And here's one of our weaker knights, Bartholomew.
Hi. Bye.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, anyways, a knight also needs to get permission from a lord to live on his land.
Yes, indeed. But in return, the knight must protect his lord and his land.
Yes, a knight will fight in many violent battles throughout his life.
Here are some examples of a knight's weaponry.
The last rule is that a knight must always be chivalrous.
Here's an example of a perfect knight. Here you go, sir.
Why, thank you.
No problem.
And here's an example of a dummy.
Oh! No! Ow! I'm okay! This concludes chapter 2. A lord is a very important person in the feudalism food chain.
Indeed, they are granted land from a king, and in return they must govern that land.
But you must always remember that the king granted you this luxurious lifestyle and you must pay respect to him.
Yes, and you must also gain loyal knights who would give their life for you.
Here is an example of what would happen to a lord if he refused a knight's service. Almighty King, I request housing and food in return for my services.
I don't need you.
Fine!
God. Oh my god!
Ow, that's gonna leave a mark.
All this can be avoided if you get some loyal knights.
Almighty King, I request housing and food in return for my services.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Good boy.
Thank you.
The last thing that a lord must do is hire a good steward.
A steward will be in charge of the castle staff and will do things such as calculate revenue from taxes and will advise you on important decisions.
A steward would make a lord's life very much easier.
This concludes chapter 3. If you are born into the role of king, congratulations. You have a very easy life ahead of you.
Yes, the king is top dog of the feudals on the food chain, and they get to govern all the land and rule all below them.
But you will find it near impossible to govern all that land by yourself.
This is why you must allow lords to live on your land and rule in little portions.
But remember that it is your land, and they must always stay loyal to you all the way to the grave.
Yes. And you must hire an army of loyal knights that will protect you until the death.
Because some people will think it's unfair that you were born king and they were born peasants.
Because it does go that way too.
Yes, it does. And this concludes the Middle Ages. Did I get it right that time?
Yes, you did. Good job. And also, see our other movies. The Jurassic Period for Dummies, the Ice Age for Dummies, Space for Dummies.
Yes, and our newest movie, How to Be a Swedish Foreign Exchange Student for Dummies, is coming to theaters February 29, 2009.
Well, anyways.
Crap.
Well, anyways, a knight also needs to ask the Lord for permission to live on his land.
Yes, but in return, you must fight battles for and protect.
Yes.
Bam! Oh, right. Ah, God.
This is the Middle Ages for Dummies. My name is Nick.